Hey everybody, welcome back. So decided to do just a quick kind of pickups video on a couple things I picked up recently. So first off, I'm going to start off with a couple movies I got. I sort of said I was going to really kind of lay off getting steelbooks, but got the Shining one the other day, and I also got the steelbook for Spider-Man Far From Home, the Best Buy exclusive. One of these days I'm sure I'll give up steelbooks, but apparently every time I say I'm not, I get another one. Next up is the new Child's Play movie. Now, I haven't watched it yet, but I was going to pick this up anyway. The friend of mine who passed away earlier this year, this was actually the last movie she ever saw theatrically, and she really liked it. She said it was a lot of fun. Honestly, I said I was going to get this no matter what, so I don't care if it's the worst film I've ever seen or not. This will always have a special place in my collection. I also got into recent Arrow releases. First up is the limited edition of Hills Have Eyes Part 2, and as you can tell, it's one of their sort of deluxe kind of extra thick sort of box. So, and I actually haven't seen this in a long time, and I know it's not that great, but still. And one I am very excited to finally come in is The Prey, which I've not seen in like forever, and I mean like in a really long time. Now, you may not recognize it from the front cover. I think this was used in the UK video, but in the US here, if you remember the VHS, it was this cover. So if you remember, from the VHS days, this cover alone is, I'm sure, probably recognized from a lot of you. So I'm very excited to get this in. I can't wait to finally check out The Prey again. Ooh, and I got some cat hair hanging from the bottom. As I do every year, I always have to kind of stop by some of the major stores to see what they're carrying for Halloween stuff, and obviously I go to Target a lot, so I had to pay a visit to the Halloween section at Target and found this cool little thing. So as you can tell, it's almost looks like a crystal skull, and it's got sort of these electrodes. And let me turn it on real quick. And I hope you can see that okay. So the little lights around the base kind of light up and flicker, and inside the skull, of course, it's... So I just thought this was really cool. I think it was like $15, if I remember correctly. So just a cool little thing. I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool. And then finally, I stopped by Spirit Halloween. Now, Spirit Halloween was not in my area last year. I think it was here maybe 2 years ago. Yes, it was 2 years ago because I had just moved down here. Last year, for some reason, they didn't have a location near me. And this year, actually, I didn't think they were going to have a location near me. Closest one, I think, was like 50 minutes away or something. I was like, oh. But then my sister actually told me over from where Target was, where I got this, they opened a Spirit Halloween. For some reason, it opened a little bit later than I think some of the other stores, but I don't care. It's near me, so naturally I had to stop by. Found a couple things. First up, I found something that's going to go in this room, and it is right here behind me, and that is a nice, big, fluffy Freddy pillow. And this isn't just any Freddy pillow. And as you can tell, it's Nightmare 2 Freddy from the promo. You can always tell by the makeup which Freddy movie it's from. But if you have press this little thing inside, if I can find it, there it is. You can see that the lights, the eyes, well, okay, I think it got off. I think you can shift it around. His eyes are supposed to light up. So Freddy's forehead can light up with the pillow. I don't know. Even if it didn't have a light up option, I would have gotten it anyway, because I think it's just a really cool pillow, which is going in this room, so it can accompany other things like my Halloween blanket behind me, my Creepshow pillow here, which I got from Kitley's Crypt at Flashback. Another thing I found, which I thought was pretty cool, was, boy, this thing's a little heavy. This is a Camp Crystal Lake sort of wooden sign. It's good size. It's got like a good weight to it. Kind of thing. Now, I think they've carried this actually for a couple of years, because I even think when I was at Flashback, I think even a couple tables were like selling this. But I've wanted one, so I'm really happy to get one. Just trying to figure out the proper place to put it, because I like to set up a really cool like Jason area somewhere. And then something else I found that I kind of debated because it was a little bit pricey. Not too bad, but I mean, a little bit more because I was already getting other stuff. But man, I couldn't say no. And actually, and it's kind of funny because I just watched Terror for Tom's latest video, and he has one because he kind of showed it real quick in his video. And that is this Sam from Trick or Treat, statue thingy. And as you can see here, and if you look on the back, it's got the title in the in the actual font. You can turn it on, and jack-o'-lantern kind of lights up, which is nice. I still have the button attached. I mean, you can basically just turn it on and just have it on all the time. But I decided to leave the button on, just kind of turn it on. Same thing with the skull. I know you can take them off, but I kind of left it on. But I think this is just really, really cool. I absolutely love this. Just a really nice piece. And then finally, this other thing I got, which I actually had to... got home and realized it was not in any of my bags. And I was like, oh. So I had to go back, and it ended up going back during rush hour, which wasn't fun. Just in case I wanted to go back before the people that were there when I checked out, before they all kind of clocked out, and I went back and I was like, yeah, I was here earlier, I was supposed to get this one thing, but it wasn't in my bags when I got home. And they're like, look, we have no way to prove it, blah, blah, blah. Luckily, as soon as I walked in, they were just like, you forgot something. I was like, yes, I did. And that is this sort of small steel, or metal rather, Friday the 13th sign, which is very cool. Obviously, it's using the original poster art, and you can't really tell in the video or anything, but the Friday 13th at the bottom is sort of not puffy, but it's like sticks out. Actually, if you look on the back, you can see it's like indented there. So, and I thought this was really cool. This was worth going back for, not just because it was $15, but because I wanted to. Definitely didn't want to miss out on this. Very, very cool. I really like this. But the funny thing is, because I went back for this, they had put out more stuff that they didn't even have earlier when I was there. And I had signed up for their email stuff. And in that time frame, they'd sent me a 20% off coupon. So a lot of the coupons they send are online only, but this one you could actually use at the store. So as I was leaving, I picked up my sign. I was like walking out, and I sort of glanced over. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, is that what I think it is? And sure enough, yes, it was. And I went up and I was like, can I use the coupon on this? Because I wasn't sure if the coupon was only for Spirit Halloween merchandise or if it was for anything in the store. It's for anything in the store. So I got the NECA Jason hockey mask from Friday the 13th Part 3, which I've wanted for a long time. I do have the final chapter one already, which I ironically actually got it for my birthday. I got it from a GameStop because I had a $10 coupon. Now I got the Part 3. And again, I got 20% off, which was a good price. Now the only thing about this, and I did double check online, which I'm sure a lot of you may be wondering the same thing, is that it has a yellow tint to it. Now, Jason's mask did not have a yellow tint to it until Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan, because he'd been, underwater for so long, that his mask sort of changed color slightly. Of course, in Part 3, his mask is, he takes it from Shelley, and it's still a brand new mask, and it's still white and everything. It's not really till the end of the movie that he gets the axe to the head. Spoiler. Kind of gets a little roughed up a bit. Yeah, so that's the only thing. I kind of wish it was more white. Other than that, I still think it looks great. So, happy to have this. And naturally, as I was leaving, I think she was the manager. She was like, yeah, we're getting more stuff in at the end of the week. And I was like, oh. Definitely planning to go back. A lot of my credit cards are sort of, rolling over. So I'm going to wait for them to kind of roll over. So won't have to pay that off for another month. And then I'll kind of stop back in and see what else. Now, the funny thing is, I think I have enough decorations, like Halloween decorations to kind of put up. I got a couple different things I can put in the windows and a couple, inflatable things I set up outside and everything. It's like, I don't really need, tons of stuff to set up. This is all stuff for, my house. I'm looking for home decorations. I'm going to Spirit Halloween or, from Target, with a little crystal skull thing here. Didn't even think for 2 seconds that any of this was just for, decoration. Pack it away until next year. This is all my home stuff. Most of the stuff's probably going to go in this room somewhere. So after I go back, I'll definitely do another video with the stuff I'm sure I'll pick up next time. Especially if they're carrying, a lot of this NECA stuff. I know they carry some Trick or Treat Studios stuff as well. So definitely, especially if they send me another coupon, because I'll definitely use that. So definitely go and hit up your local Spirit Halloween. Take advantage of this time of year. Best time of year, by all means. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.